mathematicians! My name is Miss Neighbors, and I'm so excited to learn with you today. We're going to solve a riddle. This riddle involves shapes. But before we get started, tell me everything you know about shapes. Whisper it to me. I'm listening. That's interesting. I heard someone say the names of shapes such as circle, square, triangle, hexagon. You're right. Circles, squares, triangles, and hexagons are all different kinds of shapes. Oh wait, I heard someone else. What's that? Oh, someone else said that objects that they see in their house or outside are shapes. For example, a stop sign is made in the shape of an octagon, and a clock can be made in the shape of a circle. I agree. And you know what? I see that the rug on my floor is in the shape of a rectangle. Wow, math's everywhere. Ooh, I heard another person say that they know that some shapes have sides, and that the number of sides some shapes have are different. For example, squares and rectangles have 4 sides, triangles have 3 sides, and circles? Well, circles have no sides. Wow, you already knew a lot about shapes. Thanks for sharing your thinking with me. And all of this knowledge that you shared will be super helpful with our riddle today. We know that our riddle today is about shapes, and I have some clues to help us solve the riddle and some pictures of shapes that we will work with in our riddle. Let's start by looking at the pictures of the shapes first. What do you notice about the shapes? That's true. Someone said that they counted 6 shapes. That's true. I also count 6 shapes. Wait, I heard someone else. Oh, that's true as well. Someone else said that the shapes are all different colors. They are. I'm wondering, do you know the names of any of these shapes? Oh, I heard a lot of responses on that question. Let's see if I can repeat what I heard a few people say. Someone said that they see a triangle. Do you agree? Yes, I agree there is a triangle there. Someone else said that they see a square. Do you see that too? Me too. I definitely see a square. What's that? You see a circle too? I'm impressed. How about that yellow shape? Do you know the name of that one? That's right. That's called a rhombus. Very good. What if I asked you to name some attributes of the shapes? Attributes are characteristics of a shape. For example, a square has 4 sides. Now that we've defined what an attribute is, can you help me name some attributes of these shapes? Good thinking. I heard someone say that a triangle has 3 sides. That's right. I heard someone else say that a rectangle has 4 sides. Awesome. Oh, I heard someone else say that there are some shapes that they're not sure about yet. That's okay. Our clues will help us learn about these shapes and solve the riddle together. Today, we're going to learn more about the attributes of shapes and what makes a shape that particular kind of shape. I hope that you'll have fun learning about different ways we can tell shapes apart and sort them. When we sort things, we're putting them into different categories, according to some attribute. Sorting objects helps us to see the differences between them and identify ways to describe them. For example, in the shapes we looked at just now, we could sort them by color, number of sides, or even by the ones we can find around us. When we work on solving our riddle, we will eliminate shapes that do not match our clues. Are you ready to help me figure out my riddle? Great. Let's look at clue 1. Okay, here it is. Listen carefully. My shape is a polygon. Oh, I heard someone say that they're not sure what a polygon is. I think we should talk about that. A polygon is a flat or 2-dimensional closed shape with at least 3 straight sides. What's that? Oh, you're wondering what I mean by a closed shape? Okay, if a shape is closed, that means 2 things. 1, all of its sides meet at a vertex or a point where 2 sides connect or meet. And 2, the shape has no open space or gaps. Let's look at our shapes again. Do you see any shapes that we can eliminate? That is, do you see any shapes that are not polygons? I see 2. The bright blue shape does not match our clue. This shape is not a polygon because it is not closed. We can say that the shape is open because we can see a gap. The fuchsia circle also does not match our clue. a side on a shape has to be a straight line segment. A circle does not have sides because it's curved. So the blue shape is not a polygon. Oh, what's that? Oh, that is true. Someone said that this also means that the bright blue shape is also not a polygon because it has curves, which are not sides. Great thinking. So far, we have eliminated 2 shapes with just 1 clue. We're closer to solving the riddle. So let's look at clue number 2. The shape is a quadrilateral. The beginning of the word quadrilateral has quad in it. Do you know what that means? Here's a hint. Quad tells us how many sides the shape has. How many do you think quad means? Hold up your fingers and show me. That's right. Quad means 4. So a quadrilateral is a 4-sided shape. A quadrilateral also has 4 angles. Are you wondering what the difference is between a side of a shape and an angle within a shape? Well, for example, here is one of the shapes we're looking at to solve our riddle. Here are this shape's sides, and here are its angles. Let's look at the shapes we have remaining to continue to work on solving our riddle. Are you ready? Me too. Let's go. Here are the shapes that we have left to work with. Can we eliminate any of these shapes? Which shape is not a quadrilateral? Which shape does not have 4 sides? Oh, good thinking. I heard someone say that the triangle is not a quadrilateral. Why not? How many sides does a triangle have? Show me on your fingers. Correct. A triangle only has 3 sides, and a quadrilateral has to have 4 sides. No more and no less. We're getting closer. 1 more shape eliminated and 2 clues to go. Let's look at clue 3. The shape has 4 equal sides. Wonder what equal sides means. Do you know? Whisper it to me. That's right. If a shape has equal sides, that means the sides measure the exact same length. Let's look at the shapes again. Which shape does not have 4 equal sides? Did you say the rectangle? Yes. A rectangle has opposite sides that are equal. Opposite sides are across from each other. We can see 2 of the rectangle sides measure 2 units, and 2 of its sides measure 1 unit. Those 2 pairs of sides are equal to each other, but the clue says the shape has 4 equal sides, so we can eliminate the rectangle. Almost done. Let's look at the last clue. The shape has 4 right angles or square corners. A right angle is also called a square corner. When we look at a shape, if we can make a square in its corner or vertex where 2 sides meet, we call that a right angle. Which shape does not have right angles? Yeah, the rhombus does not have right angles, so we can eliminate it. That means we solved the riddle. The shape was a square. This square doesn't look like a square I've seen before. How can we be sure this shape is a square? What makes a shape a square? Well, a square has 2 characteristics, 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. Remember, if we can make a square at a shape's vertices, then that is a right angle. So we know that this shape is a square because each side measures 4 units long, meaning all of the sides are equal. We can also see 4 right angles. Although this square may not look like what we usually think of when we think of a square, we know it is one because we can see it has 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. In math, different amounts can be represented in different ways. For example, we can make 10 in many ways. We can combine 4 and 6, 7 and 3, 5 and 5, 8 and 2, and 9 and 1. All of those show the same amount in different ways. The same applies to shapes. Just like there's not one way a number can look or be made, that's true for shapes. As long as the characteristics are the same, the position or rotation of the shape does not mean it's no longer that shape. Just because the square we looked at had been rotated doesn't mean it wasn't a square. It still has 4 equal sides and 4 right angles, so it's still a square. Look at these triangles. These shapes are all triangles because they all have 3 sides and 3 vertices. Just because some are rotated or turned does not mean they no longer are a triangle anymore. In math, it's valuable and important to not just think one way. We have to be flexible in our thinking and develop our knowledge. Since we solved that last riddle so fast, let's solve one more together to build our knowledge of shapes. I'm going to give you 2 clues and show you 3 shapes. You have to figure out which of these shapes is the shape I'm thinking of. Clue number 1, my shape is a quadrilateral. Think about what shape you can eliminate. What was a quadrilateral again? A quadrilateral is a closed shape with 4 sides. We can eliminate the third shape because it has 5 sides. This shape's called a pentagon. Remember, a quadrilateral can only have 4 sides, no more and no less. 1 clue down, 2 shapes left. Clue number 2. My shape has 2 pairs of equal sides. Remember, a pair means something that matches. Which shape has 2 pairs of equal sides? The middle shape, called a trapezoid, has 1 pair of equal sides because 2 of its sides are equal, those measuring 4 units. But the top and bottom are not equal measures. The rectangle is the only option left. The rectangle does have 2 pairs of equal sides. 2 sides measure 3 units and 2 sides measure 2 units, meaning those sets of sides are equal. Nice thinking. Thank you for helping me solve the first riddle, and excellent thinking with the second riddle. Look around in your house or environment. Can you find examples of rectangles? Point out a few to a friend or a trusted adult. Tell them how you know they're rectangles. Today, we were able to solve the riddle together by learning about polygons and quadrilaterals. Shapes can be sorted by many attributes such as the number of sides, its color, the number of angles, or the number of vertices. We learned that quadrilaterals are shapes with exactly 4 sides and angles. Some quadrilaterals include squares, rectangles, and rhombi. We also learned that polygons are closed shapes with at least 3 or more sides. Triangles are polygons because they're closed, meaning all sides meet at a vertex. A triangle's not a quadrilateral though, because it doesn't have 4 sides. We also learned that the way a shape looks is not the only way to tell its name. We have to look at its attributes or characteristics. Just because a shape doesn't look like what we think it should look like doesn't mean it's not that shape. Knowing those things about a shape helps us tell the difference between shapes in a specific way. Now that you know so much about shapes, maybe you can create a riddle for someone else and see if they can solve it. See you next time.